Big up, everybody. Good afternoon, good evening to all of you joining. And it's a whirlwind afternoon. As I was telling you guys, don't stress too much. United will make moves, they will make some decisions, things will happen. And we spoke about Nuno Mendes 2 weeks ago, guys. I told you, look out for the signing. It's going to be a very interesting deal. United like the player. The player knows the system. He knows the coach. He's Portuguese. He has everything necessary. It's quite similar to the Managerial situation where it's a player who has all the ability, all the talent in the world and can take it to the next level. And United are scouting him. And he is not that choice player right now in the team where he's at, but don't mistake that for his lack of quality. And as we can see, United has made a bid for the player and the bid is in, guys. And what's interesting is I was telling everyone about this 2 weeks ago and everyone laughed. Everyone was like, nah, bro, who is this guy? We don't know this guy. We're going to get this guy. We're going to get... And I'm like, guys, we got to look at it from the perspective that there's interesting situations afoot with Man United when it comes to different things like the prices of players, the quality, what we're looking for. We still up in the observation stage, guys. We are still in the observational stage. And the reason why I keep saying that is because Ruben has only been here a month. There's no way that we can guarantee that there's so many players who can't fit the system and there's so many players who are fit in the system. Now, it's a double-edged sword and it's a situation that's going to take some time. But right now, the focus and all eyes are currently on none other than the current situation at Man United, the current deal that's happening. And that's the bid that's lodged by Manchester United. And it screams practicality for me. Interest, creativity. You know what I mean? We've seen it in the summer. I think we could all agree we probably hit the mark on 4 out of the 5 signings. I think Xerxes is still up in the air for most fans and for me as well. And I may not have liked the profile of the player, but he's here nonetheless. But we've seen creative signings. We've seen some interesting deals done that were for the benefit of Manchester United. Could this Nuno Mendes deal be another one of those signings that just turns out to be a very good decision? Mendes has been a first-team regular at PSG since joining from Sporting in 2021, initially on a loan deal before making a move permanent. Blessed with pace, technical ability, and defensive prowess, the 22-year-old has established himself as one of the top young fullbacks in European football. However, in recent reports suggest that the contract extension talks between Mendes and PSG have stalled, with the player reportedly seeking assurances about his role and the future at the club. Mendes' current deal at the Parc des Princes runs until 2026, but a lack of progress in negotiations has opened the door to potential suitors, including Manchester United, who have been struggling with that position inconsistency over the last couple season and a half. And it's that left back situation, the left wing back, left center back role, which this young lad can fill and fill in with amazing ability. In my honest opinion, I think he's very talented. Big up to Lucky Singh saying Alejandro Garnacho is open to joining Atletico Madrid. Let's hope that news is true. I haven't really heard about that yet, but let's see how it goes. You know, Lucky, you're always coming in here. Big up to Compo Smurf in the building. What's good, my broski? I hope you're well. Hopefully we can get a left wing back and a partner for Ugarte in this window. Let's go buy, and buy. Fingers crossed, says Stephanie Griffith, and I am 100% with you on that. Big up to Frankie and everyone in the chat. Big up to Rasta Stocks in the building. United are making amends, literally. I'm telling you guys. And the interesting thing about this possible deal is that while we have seen, Luke Shaw and we know his talent, he's been largely unavailable. And while Tyrell Malacia has been making his comeback, it's something that, we're going to is not for the now. And we want the project to work. And rumors Amorim's side expect to bring in a brand new left back in the summer as well and in view Mendes as a long-term solution to their dilemma. Despite the current contractual standoff at PSG, are unlikely to let Mendes go without a fight. It's been years on since they splashed 38 million euros for the player to bring him to the French capital. Now, as January approaches, the situation surrounding Mendes' future is likely to intensify, and much will depend on PSG's willingness to negotiate and the Portuguese's stance on his long-term future. Now, I would say to you guys on this front, Man United can guarantee him minutes and they can guarantee him the salary that he would enjoy. I'm pretty sure about that. There's no way we cannot offer him an attractive offer that will make him not want to come. The interesting situation is how much we're going to have to pay for this player. I'm thinking somewhere in the region of 30 million euros might be able to test the waters. He's been there 4 seasons. You know what I mean? They largely, or maybe 25 million with an add-on clause. It might seem to do well, and 25 million euros in the grand scheme of things is 21 million pounds. It's very close to the price that we paid for Mazraoui. Of course, this young man is only 22 years old. He will be 23 shortly. So he has some worth. He has some worth and quite a lot of experience. Big up to everyone who's smashing the likes. Don't forget to smash the like and share it around. It really helps the channel grow. And the goal is to get to 3,000 for the new year. I'm 1,400 short plus some, but hopefully you guys, with your help, I will get there. You know what I mean? Big up to everyone joining. So let's talk about this, guys, because, you know, it's going to be pretty interesting to see how we go on. No, Nuno Mendes won't work in a United Premier League. Why are you saying this? Manchester is red. Let me know why you think so. How much is the bid? Well, currently there have not been an estimated figure. So I'm assuming at this current time, I'm checking around right now for the confirmed reports on the figure. I'm assuming it's going to be somewhere in the region of 25 to 30 million euros. And that's just my honest opinion based on the fact of his worth. And, you know, what might be able to prize him away from PSG. I don't think it's going to be an amazing deal, but let's check out to see. Let me check Twitter and see what's happening on X. Let's see if I can get a price for you guys, which I don't think anyone has spoken about for the longest while. I don't think anyone has talked about it. Yeah, I don't think anyone has mentioned the price other than we've made a deal. I know MUFC, MCBMD on Twitter has said we've launched a bid, but no one has launched a price just yet. Let me see if there's anything from Platigo. Yeah, there's no price, guys. There's no price. All the talks are we've offered a bid with an attractive salary offer. So let's see. Let's see how it goes, guys. I can't confirm a price right now, but I will find out. I will make some calls, see what I can research, and get a concrete information on the price for you guys. I would say that it's safe to assume between 25 to 35 million euros would not be a bad assumption on the price, seeing that they paid somewhere that regions for the player. Let's just say he's out of favor as well and he wants out. It might be an interesting situation to see how it goes. Victor Osimhen, Gyökeres to Manchester United. Any update? Well, I don't think we'll be able to get both of them, my bro. I think it might be an option. There are updates on Victor Osimhen. You know, there are reports that he has a 75 million euro buyout clause, which is in effect 60 odd million pounds. And if Rashford is moving on in January, we might just free up money to provide to purchase a striker of that ilk. You know, Victor Gyökeres is also somewhere in the region of 68 million pounds on a gentleman's agreement with Sporting. There's also the option for Boniface, somewhere in the region of 45 million euros. There's also the likes of Omar Marmoush, who's like 30 million euros. It's very interesting, the striker market right now, bro. Danny Olmo, that news, I talked about it today, guys. Danny Olmo, the court case ruled that Barcelona will not be able to register the player unless some amazing thing happens in the next 3 days. because on the 31st, if he's not registered a Barcelona player, he becomes a free in January, on the 1st of January. And of course, Man United are very observant on that current situation. And luring Danny Olmo, who's going to be on a free, I think it would be very worth Manchester United's time. It would be an interesting situation if we can get that deal done. And I talked about it earlier, and I think it might be just interesting seeing that we play 2 10s. He can fill that 10 role brilliantly. It could be an option or a player who can play alongside Bruno or in place of Bruno in situations where you want to give Bruno rest. Let's see how it goes. Something has to get done in January, says Rasta Stocks. Well, what I'm saying is we already made a bid for Nuno Mendes, so let's see how it goes. If that bid is successful, then we might be talking about in the next couple of days. And I had said it in the stream this morning. I would like us to get our deals done in the first 2 weeks of January and be done with it. So we have 2 weeks for the players to settle in at the club while the window is going on. They already got their moves. They're already into Manchester United. Medical's already done, had their first 2 training sessions. We don't have much games in January, only 2. So it will be interesting to see if we can actually get this deal done. That way we can bolster the squad and have these players coming and get some training sessions under their belt. Well, Manchester is red. I will break it to you wrongly right now. Anthony has actually not been told that he's up for sale in the January window. He's been given time to show Amorim what he's got because Amorim apparently likes what he sees thus far. Sure, he's apparently injured, bro, so you can't sell injured players. That's going to be something for the summer. And while Rashford is pretty likely to be leaving in January, let's see how that develops because, as you know, guys, it's one of those things. Big up to the tactical devils in the building. And, guys, if you ever want to get some tactical breakdowns of the match, your boy does his best to give you my opinion. But if you really want to see it on a tactical level, don't be afraid to check out Jarvis's new channel at Tactical Devils, where he breaks it down clip by clip in some segments to show you, well, in what his best view tactically, what went wrong or what we did right. Check him out, guys. Don't forget it. Nuno Mendes, 35 plus 5. Yeah, possibly. Well, you never know. What the issue is that we've made him a lucrative offer. I'm pretty sure it's going to be very attractive. Sam, are you really thinking so, bro? Tomorrow we will know the price. Of course, yeah, bro. PSG will agree if we pay 60 or 50 mil. I think that's way too much, bro. Kvaratskhelia, he's all right. He's a left winger, my bro. We playing 2 10s. Are you going to put him in the left wing back role? That's a little bit of a one. Florian Wirtz, 90 million. Yeah, bro. They won't get over 40 million. He's got 18 months left and he wants out. This is why I'm telling you, this guy, 30, 40 million euros, 30 million pounds max. Anytime it's getting more than that, guys, I'm letting you know now. Miguel Gutierrez is worth 30 million euros. That's what Girona has slapped on his price tag. So if it gets above that, I think we might just go get him. Why would you stress, guys? Let's not stress. Marmoush, I told man about this guy. He's been lighting up Bundesliga. He's been doing very well in the Europa League. He's 25 years old and he's hitting the prime. And he's a hardworking striker. He doesn't need all the service. And I'm pretty sure that it would be a decent player to come in and take some of the load off of Rasmus Højlund. Big up to Ricardo Pereira. And big up to everyone in the chat, says Ricardo. Hope everyone is well. Big up to Ajo in the building. Marmoush will work only in the German league. Why would you say that, bro? I mean, you want Victor Osimhen to come to the Premier League, but he doesn't even work in AFCON. You know what I mean? Mendes is news fake. Nah, they've started again. Nah, bro. Mendes is we have actually made a bid for Mendes, bro. So it's going to be interesting to see if we actually get the deal done. Why pay more for Mendes when we could get Dorgu way cheaper than that? How much PSG value Nuno Mendes for? It doesn't make sense. Nuno Mendes is valued somewhere in the region of 35 to 45 million euros by PSG. Of course, the player is not settled. They have been in contract talks for a renewal of his contract, and he wants some guarantees on game time. So this is where the situation gets a bit techie, guys. And this is where it might be a situation where if the player decides he doesn't want a new contract, then his value starts dropping. It's like a ticking clock. So they might want to, do that. And don't forget to hit the like button, guys. We 800 in debt. But yeah, but you talking about you want Kvaratskhelia, who's 100 mil. You want Florian Wirtz, that's another 100 mil. You're saying we're 800 mil in debt, but all the players you want are 100 mil. No one is cheaper. You know what I mean? It's interesting, bro. It's interesting, bro. Sell Rashid, we can't. It's as if he wants to go. Guys, please. 23 watching. Let's get to like 20 likes, guys. Come on. Smash the likes. Kivra can play as a 10. He's a playmaking winner. I mean, I don't dispute that, but I've not seen it, my bro. So that's the interesting situation. I mean, if that swap deal was online, you're swapping a finished article for more like a player who's in development, I won't debate that. That's definitely going to be an upgrade. Big up to Berber in the building. Of course, bro, we're definitely going to sign. I think we're going to sign this player. I've been thinking about this sale for the longest while. I've been talking about it for some weeks. And I just feel like it's something that we could do. It's within a certain price range. It's not really exceeding 30 million pounds. And there is make-way options. We got Marcus Rashford. I think everyone forgets that we have Marcus Rashford. PSG is interested. They have shown interest at the beginning of the season. They were interacting with the player and his group over the summer to find out what would be the terms and conditions. So that is news everyone knows, guys. Yeah, in some ways, my bro. In some ways. Not doing well in AFCON is mad. Bro. Big up to Steph. Matoma is not a bad option, guys. I wouldn't mind that. I think Matoma can play the 10 role. He plays in a 10 role for Japan. So it's something where he does play left or he does play 10. It might be interesting. The price, again, for Matoma might be interesting because, Brighton is probably going to want something like 60 million pounds, not 60 million euros. So that's another interesting deal. Big up to Malasia in the building. Rance and Bands doesn't rate Rasmus Højlund. Well, I mean, listen, right? I think Rasmus Højlund is not the finished article. I think he needs 2 years more development to really be that guy to lead the line. I think he needs some time. So I could understand why guys don't rate him, but I won't write him off because I think in 2 years he will be as good, if not better, than Gyökeres was. Because at the same age, he's miles better than Gyökeres was at the same age. They're levels apart. Jared Brandwaite is we're never going to buy him, bro. That's why we got rid of Dan Ashworth, because he wanted someone like that. The Goncalo Ignacio deal, we haven't been making any moves on that yet because, as I said to you guys, these more likely to be signings that we will be doing in the summer because they will be costly, somewhere in the region of 60 to 80 million euros and these kind of deals. I don't think we're going to spend more than maybe 120 in January. And I think that's going to be mostly bolstered by the fact that we might sell Marcus Rashford for 50 odd million. So we might be spending 60 plus 50, whatever we get for Rashford. It might be interesting to look at it. It's one of those things, guys. I don't think I'm on mute, bro. Big up to you. You know what I mean? Kvaratskhelia, no, bro. Go check the prices. He has 100 million buyout clause. 100 million, bro. Big up to Berber in the building. Anthony has nothing to show. Decisive decision should be taken. I mean, you can't say that if Amorim is saying something different. We're not the manager. Like, as much as I might like the player, I'm not saying this because I like the player. Like, there is concrete interest in the player. There's 2 German clubs. Leverkusen is interested. There's Atletico Madrid in Spain that's interested in Anthony as well. So it's not like there's no interest in him. And if they come in with a concrete offer and Man United takes the offer, I'm not going to tell them to say no. You understand what I'm saying, bro? As much as I think the player might make a comeback, I just beg to differ on that part. Big up to you, Embo. Big up to you, my broski. Tomorrow you're going to travel. Well, don't worry, bro. You can always check it out. I'll do an update early in the morning, hopefully, and you will get the information there. I'll do a post if necessary, bro, because if I get the information tonight, I'll do a post. Big up to everyone in the building. Left wing back and a partner is much needed. Well, we're looking to secure a left wing back. I think this guy will do fine in that role. Maybe even if we secure him as a left center back option, maybe it improves the defensive stability so that way, the likes of some player who's playing in the left wing back role will have more freedom to go forward and focus on the attacking side of things. We never know. Like, it's a team situation, and different factors can improve different things and make things totally different from what they were weeks previously. That's how it works. We will get 25 mil for Rashi at best. Compost, nah, bro. Even if I think something like that, I actually don't believe that when I think that. I think we could at least get 40, 50, bro. He does have a brand, you know what I mean? Let's keep it real. Matoma. Too many players will get sold. Big up. Typical United transfer. But Sam, we did make a bid. This is official. United have made a bid for the player. They've made contact and made a concrete bid with the player on personal terms levels. So it's not like we're just making this up, my broski. Big up. Harry Maguire should be sold to West Ham. Well, I would not mind that, bro, because then we could replace him. You know what I mean? And there are options. So I'm all for it because I'm all for playing a young team, bro. And let's build with a young team. And everyone above 25, unless you just came into the club, sell you. That's just me. Yeah, but look, Diamante, bro. This dude is 84 million euros, bro. Sporting Lisbon wants 84 million for Diamante, bro. They want 60 million for 60 million, I believe, for Gonzalo Ignacio. They want 84 million for this guy. They want 82 million for Giovanni, the youngster who plays on the wing. I forgot his name, bro. Anyway, but they want money for him as well, bro. It's really, really interesting, man. You know what I mean? Who's buying Rashford for 50 million? It seems like Atletico Madrid is coming in. And while I think you should be excited about this, Sam, because if a team comes in with 40, 50 million, we get a good value for the player that allows us to now possibly go and bring one of the players you would like to see to come in and United, because then we'll be able to afford that player. It would, because 50 million pure profit is like 100 million in terms of FFP, my bro. Like that is amazing business if we could get 50 million done. Means we could now spend 100. Would you take? Nah. I'm not even on for free, bro. You can't pay me to take them. Even if PSG paid his wages while he played for United, I would still not take him on loan. That's just me. I've seen him in the Bundesliga, and he's not good. He's trash. You know what I mean? That's me. I've seen him live for Mönchengladbach, so that's just my opinion, bro. Big up to Mark Davies. I think like about 3 is a good number. That's just me being a little bit excited in a sense, because I think we might be going after a midfield target as well as a possible attacking target. So 3 is the number that I'm playing with in my head right now. I think that's not a bad option. But I especially think that for us to sign those 3 players, we definitely need to move on Christian Eriksen, maybe Victor Lindelof, and definitely Marcus Rashford, because we're going to need the money. Bro, remember, you sell him for 30 million, you have to add 60 million minus on FFP, bro. 60 million minus on FFP. That means if we did have 120 million cap to spend, when you sell him for 30 million, you reduce that spending cap by 60 million. So now we, instead of having 100 million headroom, we have 60 million as a headroom to spend before we breach FFP. That's how it works, bro. And it's so weird, and I don't even understand it fully, but like it's super complicated, the FFP thing. But we definitely, in order to bring in players, we need to get the best value for the players we can. We can't afford to write off players in the January window. It's only a 3-week window in reality, guys. It's 24 days of active window. And the biggest thing is that we don't have the time to recuperate it, because we need to be able to recuperate the losses that we take by selling players and buying players. And in order to do that, we need more time, because we would need to be able to negotiate multiple sales and exits to balance the books. So we got to be patient. I like to big up my bro. Thank you so much, bro. Transfers it's always going to be interesting, bro. I wouldn't sell him for 30 million. I would try to get at least 45, because then you can say you break even 50-50. You lost 45, you gain 45. That's a more rounder number for me. You know what I mean? Not just from, yeah, I understand, bro. We definitely need an attacking option, but you see the biggest thing, Sam, is that where's the creation coming from? We've been creating on average half the amount of chances we created in the first 12 games of this season in these last 11, I mean. So it's pretty a damning kind of situation, because we are not creating as much consistently. So if we bring in a striker, we need a striker who could come in and also work off of scraps in effect, until he starts his performances demand the players to pass him to the ball, or then they become the problem in the team. Because yeah, we could have had 2 goals in the first half yesterday, and our wingers did not pass to the striker. We should play Daniel Gore, Harry Amas once the team is settled. I think so, but I think Dan Gore might be seeing some game time pretty soon. You know, the manager has been watching him very closely, and there has been some reports that he has been talking with Dan Gore a lot, and he would like to bring him into the first team. So let's see how it works, because in my honest opinion, I definitely think Dan Gore is going to be a gem. And what is really amazing about Dan Gore is his partnership next to Kobe Mainoo. Maybe they can be a pivot together, because Kobe really excels playing next to Dan Gore Jr. for some strange reason. They have like a telepathic connection of chemistry. 25, I would help him pack. Raw. Liking video early really helps the channel grow. Thanks in advance. 100%, Stephanie. Thank you so much to everyone who smashed an early like. Big up to all of you. PSG will always play hardball, bro. And this is why I said to you guys, don't rule out a move for Miguel Gutierrez. Now, Girona has been handed a transfer request by the left wing back talent. He's also 21, I believe, or 22 years old. He's a former Real Madrid Academy graduate. Of course, they have an option to buy him back for 8 million euros, but they're not looking to do that deal. They're trying to get Alphonso Davies into their team. So I would say, guys, hope PSG plays hardball, because either way, either option would do us well. And maybe we do get the Girona player after all, Miguel Gutierrez, but there's something that a lot of fans are overlooking. Alvaro Fernandez, 16.7 million euros. It's not a bad deal to bring him back to the club. He has developed really well. He's been showing the maturity above his years and consistent performance for Benfica. Even our manager was looking at him as a potential player to bring into Sporting Lisbon, because he was very interested in the player. So it might be something that we can take a risk on. He's young, but he has shown to be able to play in La Liga and do effectively well as the Portuguese La Liga. So it's one of those things, guys, where he's a young player that has shown the versatility to adapt to different leagues and really didn't get the chance to adapt to the Premier League. You know what I mean? So, yeah, like I keep saying, guys, it's a possibility we can sign maybe 3 players in January. I would put my money on a left wing back, a midfield talent, maybe defensive or a hybrid player who can do both. Of course, with the fact that Danny Olmo is on a free, that changes things a little bit. Maybe we might sign him, and if he's on a free, then that might not be counting for the transfer players that I'm trying to get. So maybe that falls in as an extra signing, and we might still be able to get a defensive midfielder into the door. It's going to be interesting. I know there's some interest in Tyler Dibbling. I know there's interest in Chris Riggs from Sunderland, but Sunderland currently sit 2 points from an automatic qualifying position into the Premier League right now. So it's going to be a hard deal to do. There are reports that Sunderland are slapping on a 20 to 25 million pound sign release clause on the player or asking price for the youngster. So yeah, it's going to be interesting. Saying you are making it up, just don't believe it until I see it come. Well, I mean, that's how you should be, bro. Like, to be honest, until the players confirm sign, that's when you should really have your hopes totally unsung, my bro, to be honest. If Madueke, Pepe, Jack Grealish getting sold for 100 million, why Rashford can't get sold for 80 million? Well, that's the thing, bro. I'm underscoring because, if we get anything more than 40, 50 million, bro, I'm happy. I'm being honest. Diego Costa should replace Andre Onana. That was the player we should have got from the beginning, my bro. From the beginning. Thank you, bro. Giovanni Quenda. Yeah, they want 80 million for this young guy. He's 17 years old. And if we were to go in for him, he can't kick a ball in the professional team until he turns 18, which is in March. March or May. I think it's March. One is in March. I think he is in March. And Diego Leon, he's in his 18th birthday is May next year. So he can play for the first team until next season. You know what I mean? It's going to be interesting. Diego Costa should have been the signing that we got from the beginning. I don't know how we didn't sign that guy. It's bemusing, man. It's bemusing. I mean, a lot of people might blame Ten Hag, but I think that there has been reports that Diego Costa was top of his list. And because of the price, Onana became the option that he was offered. So it's like, yeah, it's one of those things that's kind of weird. I mean, I'm not going to slight Onana. He has made some great improvement earlier on in the season, but he's starting to struggle again, and it doesn't leave me confident in him or his performances. And that's the one thing I will remain consistent on. He does not give me confidence in him, and I don't like that. I don't like that at all, guys. Jeremy Bino Gittins, you're talking about. Jeremy Bino Gittins is the guy's name. Well, the biggest issue with that is Bayern Munich just entered the race to sign this youngster, and there are some reports that Bayern Munich are trying to splash the cash for him, which is going to make things very interesting. I can bring up the report right now on this guy, because what's interesting is that I just went to the page for Florian Plettenberg, and the first article I saw on his page is Bayern Munich interest in Jeremy Bino Gittins. I think this is wrong. Jamie. Why do you keep putting Jamie? This young English player, definitely a talent, guys. But his name is not Jamie. Yeah, I don't understand. Why is his name? Why are they calling him Jamie? The guy. His name is Jeremy Bino Gittins. Yeah. Oh, well. All good. But the young talent, certainly a talent. I've spoken about him many a times, guys. For those of you who watch my channel regularly, I've spoken about Jeremy Bino Gittins a lot. Who did you say you've seen and you wouldn't sign? Kolomuani at Mönchengladbach. I wouldn't sign that guy for the world. You know what I mean? If you guys want to come in and have your say, I have like 10 minutes before I go. I'll drop the link for you guys who want to come in and have your say. Come in, have your say, guys. It is what it is. Yeah, Gittins is a baller. I've been saying, guys, we should be going after that guy since last year, because he's 6'3", quick, can dribble, very good ball control. He's adaptable. I think he could even adapt to playing the right wing back role. He plays a very similar role for Dortmund. Yeah, he's interesting. He's interesting. Christian Eriksen and Casemiro should join Inter Miami. It is what it is. I think Casemiro might end up back at Real Madrid. Anthony's halfway through his contract, so we need a minimum of about 45 billion euro or it's a loss. This is what I keep telling Mandem Compost. What about Danny Olmo? Well, Danny Olmo is possibly on a free, guys. If the courts have ruled that they cannot register him, so unless some miraculous input of maybe, let's say, 200 million goes into Barcelona and they have actual fluid profit to actually take money to invest in him as a player, it's not going to happen. Big up to Mark Davies in the building, bro. How are you doing today? Is everything good?
Yeah, fine, thank you.
I'm chilling, my bro. I'm chilling. How are you feeling, bro?
Good. I'm not too bad. I had a good Christmas and a good Boxing Day. What about you?
My Boxing Day was mad, bro. Like Christmas was great, but I didn't like the end to the Boxing Day. I felt like, yeah, Man United could have given a better show of themselves, given a better account of the game. You know what I mean? In general, I feel like our performance levels wasn't the best. I think there's some good performances from various individuals in the game at different parts. But yeah, we had some disappointing performances, and yeah, but it's an up and down season so far for me.
Yeah, it is. It is. Yesterday was atrocious. And I thought I think it was a really good game. Really, I thought yesterday was a very good game. They didn't create many chances, but Wolves scored from corners as usual. United conceding goals again from corners is ridiculous.
I mean, the one thing with that corner, bro, that I would say is that it's difficult to defend when a ball is coming in with that type of, parabola curling into the back of the net. And when you don't, as players, play as a team, and the only reason I could say it like that is because Onana is not that extremely physical goalkeeper that commands his box. We've seen his performances over the last couple of months and over the season, so it's one of those things that we can always say that he's not that really great a commander of his box. And when you're not, players don't respect you. And that's what we seen. The two players stood behind him. One pushed him, one bumped him backwards. He was off balance and he couldn't get to the ball. Now, if he was a little bit more physical and kind of barged into the players, it would have alerted the referee that these guys are hampering him from making a move, which they shouldn't be doing. Now, realistically, I think one or two of our defenders should have gotten themselves in between the players, you know what I mean? Or at least one of them to kind of create a little bit of space, and someone should have gone to the back post. I just think we conceded the same corner twice. It's embarrassing.
It is. I thought it was a foul anyway on Anna, but he came out and announced the referee saying it was fouled, but the referee didn't see it. But I thought it was a foul on him at first, but he gave it in the end.
Yeah, they didn't give the foul, bro. But what I could say is this comment from Sunta Flo is spot on. Jorge Mendes is a good friend of Amorim, and Man United will get the players they want because. And I know we didn't get this young talent that moved there. What's his name again? The other Joao Mendes is his name. I think it's Joao Mendes. Anyway, we didn't get that one because he went to PSG. But there are other players, especially at Sporting, who are under the control of George Mendes, and there will be interesting developments to be had. We will get players that we need. It may not always be the top name, big up to Stephanie Griffith and the great one. You know what I mean? It may not always be a big name. It may not be that exciting signing, but, I think we have seen that the structure is able to identify some talent that will come in and improve the squad. And for now, I think we are on the journey of improving the squad with each transfer window, no matter which way we do it. And realistically, to answer this question about Bruno, I think we should be a little bit patient. I think we should actually bring in some more talented players to put around Bruno before we get rid of Bruno because, I think it would be a huge loss when we do lose Bruno. He may not be the best captain that Man United could have, but I think as a player, he's definitely needed. Definitely needed, at least for another season or two. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be a starter.
What do you think of Garnacho's reactions in training and that kind of stuff? Do you think Amorim was right and he wants to go? I don't think Garnacho's playing at the moment. I think he wants to go really myself. What do you think?
Well, Amorim said that he likes the fact that he was feeling upset with him. He likes the fact that the player was showing a bit that kind of emotion because he would have felt the same type of way, and I kind of agree with Amorim on that. Now, I don't know if Garnacho wants to leave. What I will say that is a possibility that, if he does and a bid comes in, sell him. You know what I mean? Like, at the end of the day, Man United moves. Whoever wants to go can go. It's better to have players who want to be here than somebody who feel like they could be better off elsewhere. You know what I mean, bro?
Yeah. Do you think Rashford will go in January? Do you think he'll go?
I think that's highly likely, bro, based on the current run of events. He's been dropped for so many games in a row currently that I don't really see it likely. I don't really see it likely that he making a comeback. I think this is the final hurrah, unless he is in the team sheet for the next game and he bags a few goals and assists and is man of the match. I think it's going to have to be something like it's going to take up a consistent run of scoring goals week in, week out when he does get selected. Every time he gets selected or getting an assist, that will probably dictate that. But otherwise, so far, the way things looking, three days before the window start going to open, I think he's going. And there's interest from Atletico Madrid, PSG. There's some interest from Bayern Munich in Germany. So, yeah, there are options.
How much would we get for him? And who would pay the? Would he drop his wage demands at other clubs?
Well, that's left to Rashford. I mean, if he does, he said he is open to a new challenge. So by saying that, I think that's self-explanatory in the fact that it says that, he will probably drop his wages and maybe to make a move to better his career. So, I mean, I see AJ's in the background, bro. So thanks for coming on. Big up for you, my bro.
Take care. I'm going to speak to you again. Take care now.
Of course, my bro. Speak again tomorrow. Of course, when I have the midday call-in tomorrow is back at midday. From midday tomorrow, every day, we'll be having the midday call-in, so you can call in then, bro. Big up.
All right, okay then. Right. Cheers. Thanks a lot.
Cheers, you, bye. My bro. AJ, big up, my bro. How you feeling tonight?
Oh, dude. I mean, it's still getting over this cold for like 2 weeks now. But anyways, I'm feeling all right. I'm feeling all right.
I mean, what are your thoughts so far on the news that you've been hearing, bro? What do you think?
Dude, I think the most important thing this team can do right now is get Rashford out the door. Like, he's been a leader in the dressing room during the worst phase of the dressing room for too long. I can't imagine that, the sort of attitude that would make Ruben leave him out of the squad like for weeks on end. And it not getting better. I can't imagine that that's helping the whole atmosphere in the room and everybody following, direction and everybody working towards one goal, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think that, and I'm a little bit concerned that we haven't heard more than we have on, the possibility of him actually, we've heard a little bit here and there, but I'm ideally we can have a buyer quickly. And we haven't heard much rumor about am I wrong? I don't keep up on anything, but we just heard little bits maybe interest, but nothing.
Yeah, well, there hasn't been a team that made a bid yet, a concrete bid yet, but there has been some confirmed interest from Atletico Madrid, confirmed interest from Bayern Munich. Of course, PSG was speaking to his camp earlier on in the last summer, about the possibilities of getting him to the Parc des Princes. But we know no official bids has come in. Of course, there are possible admirers in Italy. You never know. And I think certainly now that it's dawned that United are actually open to hearing offers for Marcus Rashford, maybe now his camp might be entertaining offers that we haven't heard about. You never know what could happen. So I'm open to the situation. I think, it's a benefit to United. I think it's a benefit for the player because he is a talented player. I might criticize him a lot. That's just because I have high expectations for him. And I think only the reason why I was criticizing him is because basically he can do better. And he should be the leader when it comes to Man United offensively. He might not have to score goals every game for me, but definitely has to be getting assists.
That's the worst part of this whole Rashford thing. It's the disappointment because everybody thought so highly of him for so long, and then he's just kind of been crashing out. But it is what it is. Hopefully, we can move him on quickly. That's my major thing.
And then what? Go ahead. Oh no, I was just going to ask you another question about what players you think might be a good additions. Like if you had to bring in 2 or 3 players into the squad, where and who would be options that you would be considering that we made an offer for Nuno Mendes would possibly be filling the left wing back or left centre back role.
Yeah, I think a player like Nuno Mendes would be fantastic, and Yeah, I think a 10 and a left wing back is like a must. We could do a striker, but I think that's third priority, because if you're not going to get the players who will play to the striker, then what's the point? So yeah, definitely a 10 and a left back, probably a left back even more than a 10. But you just got to jump on the opportunities there. Hopefully they have somebody lined up.
100.
Yeah, I also wanted to talk a little bit about Bruno. I had the thought last night, like, because Bruno is so much of a better player than he's being. Like, I think we all know that. Like, Bruno's ceiling is like twice as high as what he's playing right now. And it reminded me that when we saw the best of Bruno is when he first joined, of course, but he also had somebody in the team that he thought was better than him. He was playing with Pogba, and so he was upping his level. He's trying to like establish, and it was like a little bit of a, they encourage each other. Even if they played together, it's still like a, whoa, like he's the guy, and it'll just encourage you to just be more. Well, since Pogba left, he's been the top dog for so long. And we know that he's had these conversations like, but man, with the, the board and stuff, like, are you guys serious? I think he's just sick of being freaking like the best player on the team surrounded by a bunch of scrubs. And he's just basically lost his head. Like, it's just like, what? Like, he's literally, there's no one challenging for his position. He's, one of the few leaders, even if he's not that good at it, and it's not working. Like, I think he's just lost his head, and he's at the top. The best, if we're not moving him along, then the best thing we could do is get somebody else better than him, so he has something to fight for.
100%, bro. 100%, bro. I think I kind of agree with that statement. To be fair, I think we never really had players in the midfield at Bruno's level since Pogba left that could really help him level up the team and really lift the team's game. Now, Ahmad recently come into the team, so I'm not really judging Ahmad when I say that. You know what I mean? So I'm really looking at the players that came in before, and I'm not looking down at Kobe Mainoo, but he's still not the finished article or the best player that he could be. So I think I'm talking about more of another experienced player who could be sitting in our midfield with Bruno, where Christian Eriksen is good, but he was always lacking in terms of fitness and intensity since season 1. You know what I mean? Since he got that injuries after 6 months of being at Man United. And while he might be really good at distributing the ball and his creative play and stuff like that, he don't have the fitness to do it for 90 minutes in one game, week in, week out. So it's one of those things where, we let down Bruno a little bit, but at the same time, Bruno still have a responsibility that's to keep his levels to a certain level regardless. So I can't really take away the blame from him as well for 100%. His performances.
100%. I think Casemiro is probably the closest thing after that, but he only lasted one season and then he dropped off.
Thing, bro. I mean, I rate Casemiro highly, but at the time, it's one of those things where it's like, for me, I would have liked to get Casemiro 3-4 years ago.
Yeah, exactly.
Not really when we got him. When we got him, I was more like, bro, I don't know if we're going to ruin Casemiro. Now, he did do well first season. I saw him. Second season, we had a lot of injuries, so he had to play more games. There was no real players to, provide rest in the background and respite for some of the starters with good performances either. So, nobody really shone themselves in glory too much. It was just a difficult run. So maybe he might have to be moved on. Maybe we might have to get a replacement. Realistically, I think Edison is that practical replacement for him. You know what I mean? So,
Which Ederson?
From Atalanta.
Okay. Yeah, I haven't seen him much, but I heard the name.
Yeah. And United have been interested. They have been scouting him heavily. I'm not too sure if it might be a January offer for him. Like, again, I keep saying FFP is a serious situation for Man United in this current moment. I know there could be some 50 to 100 million kitty that we might have available to spend, but we still need to at least sell one player for around 40 to 50 million pounds if we're going to bring in two players that going to be rated somewhere between 50 to 60 each. You know what I mean? To balance the books. So Like, I would like to get in a nice, good midfield talent, a good attacking option, a more senior striker up front who, we could play week in, week out and let Hoyland come on as a substitute. Let Zirkzee come on as a substitute, if need be. I feel like we need a left wing back. So the news that we bid for Bruno Mendes is amazing. I would really like us to, if not sign Alvaro Fernandez as a backup option and maybe move on Malacia and move on Luke Shaw in the summer.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, pick up a new one. That should definitely be the plan.
Well, before you go, I'll ask you this question, and when Great One coming, I'll ask him this question as well. Keep Dalot or no?
Dalot's having a hard season, but this is kind of his first hard season in a while. And he's played a lot of football, no breaks, a lot going on. I try not to write off players too quickly, especially when, every player is going to have their blip. Like if you were playing football every day, could you imagine you were keeping the same performance every day? Probably not, So I think people lose a little bit of touch when they start flipping on people too soon. So that being said, it has been a kind of a rough season for him.
Definitely.
And he doesn't really fit the bill for the position. So probably sell him. I mean, because is he going to be? He wasn't academy, right? He just came in and then went on loan. Am I correct on that? All right.
Yeah.
So if we can get if we can get some decent money for him, I would definitely sell him, even to replace him with a cheaper option, just to get some fresh legs in there, fresh eyes.
That's understandable, bro. Big up. Thanks for coming in tonight, bro.
Yeah, dude. Thanks, man.
Peace. Big up, bro. The Great One. What's good, bro?
Yo, bro. Is my sound good?
Yeah, your sound is good, man. Large
Okay.
up in the place. So you see the question there. Keep Dalot or no?
Listen, at the start of the transfer window, I got rushed on KG's channel for saying that Dalot is dead. You get me? So me personally, Dalot can go far. You get me?
Yeah, facts. That's okay. That's all good, bro.
I got rushed. I remember I was saying Dalot is useless. He's deceiving on the eye, bro. You get me? Like he looks nice. You get me? But when it comes to the final moment to make the final pass, he ain't there, bro. Honestly, he ain't there.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
I kind of feel largely this season he's seen all his flaws, especially because he playing on the left wing back role. He's had some good moments, but more bad moments.
I've been watching, even when he won player of the season, I was watching Dalot. Like I was, like when you do a player cam, I was like on Dalot. I was like, this is the guy that's saying player of the season. Bruv, the reason Dalot won player of the season, let's break it down. Rashford fell off. Bruno Fernandes fell off. Martial injured. Varane injured. Lisandro Martinez injured. All the potential players to win the player of the season injured. Onana, howler after howler. So literally, Dalot just won it because he was there, bro. He won it because he played. Like who was supposed to take it off? Hoyland didn't score for the first 14 games. You get me? Garnacho maybe could have taken it, but let's be real. Dalot won it by default. And that's what I was saying at the start of the season when people was like, Wan-Bissaka or Dalot. I was like, Dalot's deceiving on the eye, and I got rushed. KG brought, I think you were among the guys who rushed me. I don't remember.
Yeah, I did. Because at that time he was player of the season and he was better than Wan-Bissaka.
He's deceiving on the eye because I used to watch Dalot. You get me? Chelsea. Who was the bozo gene who let Cole Palmer score 2 goals like in 2 minutes? Dalot, bro. You get me? And I was saying this, and you lot rush me. I was like, it's calm. That's when you lot are losing your mind right now. I'm like, yeah, lose your mind. I already know this. You get me?
Big up.
By the way, Marken, we get there.
Alles gut, Mende. Alles gut.
I'm just German checking. I'm German checking.
My German checking, I'm missing good, bro.
I'm missing good, brother. And another thing, Marken, we saw our brother today, KG, do the hot chip challenge, bro. When are you doing the hot chip? Are you doing it on this channel or are you doing
I'm doing it on this channel. I will co-stream it to KG's channel. I'll be doing it next week, bro. I ordered the hot chip. I was supposed to get it this week. but I think I'll get it sometime, maybe like Monday.
There is no, bro. Don't change it and put on a Dorito, bro. You get me? Don't do that.
No, bro. Like, listen, I know you've been gonna open it until it come. Like, man, we'll see. I cutting off all the package and everything, bro. I not
Okay, no faking because KG was dying today, bro. You get me? And I was like,
brother,
Joe Morgan,
I was
you
there,
and Joe
bro.
Black.
I was there, bro. I hope man didn't actually put that stuff in his eye, bro, because
No,
you
he
know I was
put
trying
it.
to
He
tell
put
him
it
on
by
the
accident.
channel.
He put it
Put
by
the
accident.
chip in your mouth. Stop passing the chip all about your face and all these kind of madman thing. Just
I
put the
think
chip in your mouth.
I saw the exact moment he put it in his eyes when he used the shot. When he used the shot to close his eyes, that's when he put it. I
That's
was
why I
like,
told them not to touch his shirt, bro. I told man them. I said,
yeah,
KG, put the chip in your mouth. Put the other piece in your mouth. Take the gloves off. Go wash your hands, bro. Wash your hands.
yeah.
Don't wipe your face.
He touched his shirt with the gloves, and then later he used the shirt to, and
Wipe
yeah,
his
that killed him.
eyes. This is
Yeah,
what I tell him not to do, bro.
that
So
killed him, bro.
that, bro, I hope, bro, that is fire,
And that
bro.
that
That's
question, what Jamie 42 is saying, bro. I would get the Porto guy, the Douglas. What's his name? Douglas Costa. What's the guy's name? Costa.
Diego Costa.
Diego Costa. That one. He's commanding, like he's a unit, bro. You get me? On corners, he's commanding. He reminds me of Van der Sar on Prime De Gea. He's commanding. He commands the box. You get me? Onana, I don't know. Onana used to command the box, like, but Onana's always been that. Like even when Onana was good in Inter, people used to say the weaknesses of Onana is he can parry the ball in the danger area. That was the weakness of Onana.
No,
So
I don't mind that. That to me is not a big deal if you have alert center backs, and we have one or two center backs who are alert to those things. So I'm not mad at that. What I'm mad about is the having a big personality only when you're not on the pitch, or only with your teammates. Like, brother, like I so real, bro. I expected Onana to be doing things like punching people and giving away and getting yellow cards more often, bro. Honestly, swear to God. Like, you
yeah,
see,
the
the
way he
time
got
he
bullied
punched the
yesterday
guy and
was
give a
criminal,
penalty, I
bro.
wasn't too mad. You know why? Because I want him to be punching out balls more. Because I want strikers to be in fear jumping next to Onana.
Yeah, and no, but I think the whole team needs to be busted. Like we can't just let two players. Like if it was Arsenal, the referee would have stopped the corner kick and like talk to the players because Saliba would have gone and confronted the two players. He would have gone and they would have been pushing. The referee stops. It's like, hey, don't push, and then they would leave Onana. With us, when you look at the replay,
Nobody even went.
Kobe Mine's looking, Euro is looking. It's like, bruv, your man them is getting bullied. Help him out. Be bastards, bruv. You get me?
Brother.
I'm tired of being nice guys. I said it today earlier. Under Sir Alex, who were bastards. Under Mourinho, bastards. Like Fellaini. How many goals did Fellaini score while he's giving people elbows? So many times. People hated Fellaini. People hated Under Herrera. We were bastards, bruv. You get me? And the thing is with Bruno is a bastard who derails us. You get me? He doesn't help us. He's being
Yeah,
the
but you
bastard by
see, the
falling on the
problem is
ground.
he's not the only one, and the back then under Mourinho, under Fergie, we had multiple bastards, and they
Yeah,
was back
exactly.
each other. You know, so when one man do something, all of them doing it. So it was either you book one or you book all.
Exactly.
And now
Right
it's
now,
only
we just have
Bruno.
so many nice guys. So many nice guys. Ole brought that culture. Ole brought the. Look at Ahmad. Before Ahmad came to United, he used to be a selfish guy. Nowadays, he's a nice guy. When did Ahmad become a nice guy, bro? I remember Ahmad breaking into the team when he scored that goal. He had his own celebration. He didn't smile. I was like, is this a young Martial? Nowadays, he's smiling. We don't have bastards. I need the old Ahmad to come back. I need the
Brother.
selfish. Okay, I don't want him to be selfish on the pitch, but I mean the guy.
Yeah, I know what you mean, bro. You want the man that ego is. Listen,
he used to have
I
an
don't
ego.
mind
People
players
don't remember
having.
this. Ahmad used to have an ego. Ahmad wasn't a nice guy, but for some
Bro.
weird reason, Ole turned him into a nice guy.
Bro, this is why, bro. Like I saw this. I saw real, bro. This is why I always say, bro. I will always say it, bro. Bring back Greenwood, cause that brother was a bastard on the pitch. He don't care about nobody.
Yeah, he used to beef with Rashford and Ronaldo too. Yeah,
bro, he beefing with everybody on the pitch, bro. He doing his thing because he come to do the business, bro. And the mentality that that brother had, I want everybody in the team to have that kind of mentality. Just come out on the pitch, do your business, and go your way, bro.
Yeah,
Whatever
we need
happened after that, I don't care.
Like Mourinho had it, Sir Alex had it, but Van Gaal, we didn't really have it, and Ole the culture. Do you remember the culture under Ole? It
Yeah.
was smiles. It
All
was
smiles.
Fred. It was
Happy go
smiles
lucky.
the whole time, bro.
Happy go lucky, bro. And since
Exactly.
that time, correct me if I'm wrong, is when we start to see the major shift in the advantage and the piss take referees started taking out of us from since
Do
all
you
the era.
remember when we used to get so many penalties, and then Klopp one time came out and said United get too many penalties, and instead of us coming out and fighting that, instead of Ole coming out and be like, who is Klopp to say that? We just kept quiet. He smiled. Guess what? That's when we stopped getting. Do you remember United used to get penalties every week? Every week it was like, yeah,
But
Marshall
they used to hate we.
Greenwood has won a penalty. Doesn't happen anymore. Does not happen
Bro,
anymore.
we don't get
Because
nothing.
Ole was too nice to Klopp. When Klopp said it, Klopp knew what he was doing. Klopp was like, yeah, Man United get penalties every week. We didn't even play Liverpool. He just said it. And boom, we stopped getting penalties. That's the problem.
Bro, that's why I so like what the manager said yesterday.
And by the way, who is saying keep Mason Mount? Like, come on, bro. Come on. He has not played one.
Now he asking
in
if
3
we
seasons.
should. That's what he asking. He asking. He not saying keep him.
Okay,
I don't want to keep him. I think I've seen enough.
I didn't.
I've seen 2 years of the injury bed. I don't want to see another year.
You see, when you rated Mason Mount under Ten Hag, I didn't rate him. But in the new
I never rated him, bro.
Really?
Brother.
In the new system, I think it was Crush. In the new system, I didn't. I was like, I'm giving Mount a chance because he works in the new system. You get me? And then he goes and breaks down. I'm like, yeah, bro, ban this
brother.
guy.
Listen to me. You know what? The one thing I will say about Mason Mount, I will never stop saying it. This is a brother who everybody want to play in the 10 who's best off the ball. He's not best with the ball, on the ball. He's best off the ball. And if that is what man them want for a 10, happy-go-lucky days for those brothers, bro. I don't want that. I will take Danny Olmo on a free and cash in on Mason Mount, bro. I don't care if it's Ipswich coming 35, 45 million. I will take the loss.
Bro,
Danny Olmo.
Mason Mount, the problem is his strength is the reason he breaks down. His strength is running. Bro, man can't run, bro. You get me? He can't run for 90 minutes. He can't. And when he does it, he breaks down.
And this is the thing. Now, funny enough, right? Okay. All right. What's so weird? This system that we're playing right now, the 10s don't have to run as much. In the other system, we was playing the 4-3-3. The 10s had more of a defensive role. The midfielders have a more role where they have to run more in general.
Yeah, the 10s just have to come back like out of position and like make the shape. You get me? But in pressing, sometimes when we press, the 10s do pressing.
Yeah, but this is the thing. It's already less than what he was doing before. If you understand what I'm trying to say, it's less.
Yeah.
So he should be having more chance to be fit or remain fit. So, I mean, all around, bro, like, the only thing I could say is that we need to make changes. We need to be patient. Like I keep saying, I'm only here for 4 or 5 weeks now, bro. It's not enough time to really write off some players. Now, of course, you know, injury-prone players different from actual players who are available and not performing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So while I would say I would blanket it and say give everybody a chance, it are certain men them we see enough.
Mark N, we have given everybody a chance. Right now, we can write off some players. Let's be real.
No, some players could get right. I would say we could write off some.
Give Mount and Luke Shaw and Dallo a chance. Nah, not now.
Nah, them men not to go, bro. I mean, like I like Dallo, but bro, for me, yeah, bro, he not been covering himself in no kind of glory.
This show is Mendes, right? The reason we have bid for Mendes before even the transfer window has opened is because Dallo is so trash, bro. You get me? Like the manager has seen how he's like, yeah, give me a left back, give me a left wing back, bro. You get me? Like if Dallo was decent, he would have been like, yeah, it's calm. Yeah, we can play Harry Amas, but because Dallo is so trash, we are bidding for players before even the window opens. You're on mute.
That's what I mean. I agree in a sense. In one way, Dallo is not a left back. So, in a way, I can't be totally, abscond the fact that he's not a left back, bro.
Okay,
You know what I
okay,
mean?
Mark N.
No. Hear me.
Okay.
He's been bad at the left back, but he's actually much better as a right back. And if he's a substitute, if he's
Nah,
an option
Mark
in the
N,
right back, bro, I don't think he'll be that mad.
can I cut you off? Can I cut you off a little bit?
Go ahead.
Are you telling me that under like because Dallo has played right wing back a few games, but banned that under Ten Hag, you're telling me this season Dallo was like playing well at right? Is that what you're trying to say?
He didn't play right back this season. I'm not
No, he
telling her,
played
bro.
some
He
games
played
at
left
right
back
back.
all
He
season.
played some games. Do you remember the miss against West Ham, where
He
he
had
went past the
one
keeper
game at right back,
and he was dead?
and he was dead. But then he had two other games where he played okay.
No, I don't. Which game? Say
The
nation.
first two games of the season, the first few games of the season, he played two right back roles, and then after Maserari came, he played left all the time.
Oh my!
The games he
So
played on the right, he played better.
what about the games you've seen him at right? So you're happy for Dallo to be coming off the bench?
No. I don't.
Because
See,
he does
listen,
the
right?
same things.
I
He
would
does
not
the same
listen.
things at
Hear me.
right back.
Hear me.
He does.
I
the
feel
same
like
things.
in this situation, it's more like I feel like we have some players who I would rather move on now and replace now, and other players I could wait until the summer to deal with because I'll get a better deal for them
No.
and I'll get
I
a
will
better
not get rid of
replacement.
Dallo right now. I was talking about the summer. Right now, I don't rate Garnacho, but unless we bring in another 10, I wouldn't get rid of Garnacho now.
I mean, it's gonna be interesting to see what happened there,
We
bro.
have to
Like,
bring in 2 10s because Rush is going, so we can't just bring in one and let Garnacho and Rashford go. You get me? So we have to bring in 2 10s. So it could be Danny Olmo on a free and somebody else. So who knows?
I think what I was thinking is if we do get Danny Olmo on the free, we'll go for a defensive signing midfielder, a young a defensive minded midfielder.
Why?
Because
So you mean like the Gates? What's his name? Gates. What's that? Ederson.
Edison, like
Yeah,
a Edison.
yeah.
Somebody you could play the eight and the 6 role.
And by the way, people say like the 3-4-2-1 formation which Conte used. We need to stop the gimmick of playing an attacking 8 next to Ugarte because we have tried Bruno and we have tried Kobe Mainoo, and it looks like the manager wants to play an attacking 8. But I went and I looked at the formation of Chelsea. It was N'Golo Kante and Matic. It was 2 defensive midfielders. That's how they won the league. So we need to stop the gimmick of playing Bruno or Kobe Mainoo or looking for an attack. Let's bring in Ederson and play him next to Ugarte.
Well, I think that's why they're looking at Edison, bro.
Yeah, but I think the mindset of the manager, I don't know whether he's thinking of playing both of them. I feel like he's bringing him as a backup for Ugarte, but he needs to play both of them. I could be wrong because he should be playing Casemiro and Ugarte right now, or Toby Collier and Ugarte. It shouldn't be Kobe Mainoo. You get me? The one time that formation worked, it was 2 defensive midfielders, Nemanja Matic and N'Golo Kante. You get me? And the one who can play the N'Golo Kante role is Ugarte, and somebody like a Matic, a defensive player I can see Casemiro playing the Matic role or the Ederson guy. You get me? I don't see Bruno. Bruv, did you see Kobe Mainoo? He's like on the left wing, bruv. You get me? He's like I don't know whether that works. You get me? Like Kobe Mainoo was going past Bruno Fernandes, and then we left with Ugarte, bruv. And it was crazy. It was Mazzalino.
Bro, this is what I say. It has some things that we're not fluent with, giving us a little bit of problems. So it making all the things look a little bit worse than it actually is right now. But the manager only been here for 6 weeks, bro. So I do expect the players to be fully adept in exactly what the responsibilities and roles are right now, to be fair. That's just me. I could be wrong.
And another thing regarding Ruben Amorim, listen, I'm Amorim in, you get me? But the reason I turned on Ten Hag, the game I asked you, the Munich game, the Bayern United, I went to that game, and that's the game I turned on Ten Hag. I didn't turn on Ten Hag because we lost the game. No. I turned on Ten Hag because he refused to drop Rashford and Bruno. I think I called in on KG's show like the week before, and I said, no, after. And I said I've turned on Ten Hag, not because of the results, but because he refused to drop Rashford and Bruno. You get me? And Amorim is on thin ice with Dallo and Bruno. He's on thin ice. Like, trust me, if you drop Bruno and Dallo and we lose, I will back you. I backed who was the guy? What was his name? The guy, the repeat Ragnick. I backed him to the end. When we were losing games, I backed him. He dropped Rashford. He dropped all the the trash guys. You get me? I backed him to the end. You get me? And now everyone is doing revisionist history. I turned on Oli because he refused to drop McTominay, Fred, and Maguire. Like for me, it is if you try something and it fails, I will back you. So Amorim right now, I'm not gonna give you Newcastle, but Liverpool. Maybe Liverpool, Bruno has to play. But Arsenal, if Bruno plays Arsenal, he plays Liverpool, he plays Southampton, we better win. Because if we're not winning, I'm gonna turn on you. I'm going to, like, at least I'm honest. I'm being honest. You get me?
Yeah, I know. I just keep the
And I've
energy,
seen
bro.
it with
Like I
other
just keep
guys.
the
I've seen
energy. So
people like Rans.
when I'm on them, just
Said,
keep the energy, bro. I
I've
recognize
seen
it all the
other
time.
United fan bases like Saeed and Rans who are back in the manager. They're like, if he continues playing Bruno and Dalot because of the Portuguese connection, they're gonna turn on him.
I feel like
we could lose
they're
the next
reading
5
into too
games
much
if
of
he
the
drops
connections,
Bruno.
bro. But yeah, I do think
No, it's
Bruno needs some
frustration.
rest and Dalot needs some rest. Dalot
Give me an
playing too
excuse
many
why
games,
Bruno
bro.
and Dalot are playing, because you can't tell me they're the best players. Ahmad was
No,
the best
well,
player.
with
dropped against
Bruno is
Arsenal.
different than with Dalot. Dalot definitely needs some rest. With Bruno, I think he needs some rest too, but we definitely do have an alternative option. When we do have Bruno, we don't create much.
No, but we had like earlier when we still had Mount, he did not rotate Bruno. He
Brother,
rotated
Mount don't create nothing. Watch the
No.
games where Mount play and Bruno was on the bench, and we created 4 chances in the whole game.
Which game was that? I don't remember Bruno being rotated under Amorim. Bruno has
Bro,
started every
not
game.
under Amorim, but in the first game of the Carabao Cup, we play Mount and Bruno was on the bench. We play Mount in about 3 or 4 games and Bruno was on the bench this season, bro.
No.
And the
I
creation,
mean in the Amorim system. I mean in the
no, well,
Amorim
not
system.
in the Amorim system. But you see, this is what I'm saying to you, bro. The Amorim probably look at Mason Mount like he can't rely on him to create. If you understand, without Bruno.
Yeah, but that's the problem. You see, Mark, and that's the problem. Like,
I don't
if you're
think,
going to play,
realistically, I don't think that's a problem.
it's a
because
problem.
if it's the facts, it's the facts.
No. Listen, Mark, we have to try new systems. Just like he was able
I agree with you trying new things.
He risked a few games without Ahmad was on top form. He dropped him for Arsenal. Ahmad had just had a masterclass against Everton. Dropped him. I liked that. I was like, Ahmad is our best player. But you're like, no, I'm back in my system to go and play Arsenal. I liked that. I loved that. But you're not back in your system to go and play Bournemouth at home. You have to play Bruno, bruv. That's what pissing me off, fam. You get me?
True.
That's
I
what
hear
pissing
that,
me
bro.
off. But I'm still Amorim aim. You get me? I'm still.
I get you, bro.
He needs to drop Bruno. Like, yeah.
Bro, I'm bringing in the last caller right now. Thanks for joining on, bro.
Say no more.
Catch you
Big
later,
up,
my
big
buddy.
up.
Big up to Rico Mank in the building. Sorry.
Hey, Mark, how
What's
you doing,
bro? I'm about to close, so I'm going to ask you the 4 big questions. Of course, I think you already know what the highlight of the show is. We've made a bid for Nuno Mendes. I can't give you the exact fee. I estimate it's between 25 to 35 million euros plus add-ons. You know, I know the main bid is that they offered him a lucrative package for personal terms. So that should be easily accepted. And apart from that, of course, you know, we have interest in 1 or 2 other left-back possibilities like, you know, Miguel Gutierrez as well as Alvaro Fernandez. Now, the other issues are, do we keep Mason Mount? Do we sell Marcus Rashford? What do we do about Garnacho? You know, and what are 2 players that you think this squad needs? Like, if we get a left back and we have 2 possible other signings that we can make, whether it be in a midfield or an attack, what do you think?
I think we need a left-sided midfielder, somebody like Naipan who can come in, weave some magic, and he could play almost every part of a midfield. He could actually replace Bruno. I think we missed midfielders who kind of have some craft to them, like a one-matter type, Shinji Kagawa, you know, intelligent football players who can orchestrate. Bruno is not that type of number 10. And like the caller said, I think it's time for him. I think they should have sold him last summer. I actually thought they should have cashed in on him because Bayern Munich wanted him. You take the money, go get about 2 or 3 players. You're good. I think some of these players, Mason Mount, should have been sold this summer. You know, people talk about talent, but the best talent somebody can have is availability. And if you don't have availability, I don't know
You
what
don't
to
have
do.
anything.
Exactly. Mason Mount should be sold. Marcus Rashford has been here for like 10 years. He got, you know, he needs to go. Garnacho, I'll cash in. There are so many other wingers that we can bring in. But I'm looking at Ruben Amorim, I keep on saying this to you. He needs to go into the youth because he keeps on playing this same crop of players. You know, all the juice has been squeezed from them. Okay, Ten Hag did it. Third, that was it. It's done. I think he should go into the youth and start mixing it up.
I definitely think so as well.
Because these players, we know who they are. We all know Casemiro is not going to get up and put in a 10 out of 10 performance every game. So, these are players on big contracts. Like, how do you move them on? Well, the only way you move them on is to create healthy competition. If Bruno Fernandes sees a youth player coming in and taking his place, he might probably ask for a move that you ship him off. So, I think Amorim should start mixing with the youth because we are not going to go to relegation. We're not going to go relegation, but I think he should start mixing it up and just take out the players who's been here for a long time. They all have to go. It's a fire sale. You buy one, you get one half off. You know what I'm saying?
I don't dispute that, bro. I think there's definitely some options open to Manchester United. I think definitely Manchester United need to be doing some deals in this transfer window now. You know me, bro. I looking at it from the perspective it's January. We don't normally do big deals in January. We don't really spend a lot. There's not our history. So maybe if we could at least get Rashford moved on for a decent fee, bring in a player to replace him, grab Danny Olmo on a free, and maybe getting a left back signing like either Nuno Mendes or maybe a Miguel Gutierrez. You know, I think we could work with that until the summer.
I'll get both. I'll get, you know what, for the left back, get as many as you can because Malacia is not going to be here. Luke Shaw is done. What if you get Nuno Gomez or Nuno Mendes and then he comes in and he's injured? What are we going to do? We are back in the same place. So bring in Alvaro Fernandez for cheap, 16 million. See if you can get Nuno Mendes for about 30, 35. If they start playing hardball, go get Patrick Dogu. He's equally as good as Nuno Mendes. There are so many options for the left back. Get two of them.
Yeah, there's also Miguel Gutierrez from Girona he's actually put in a transfer request and it's been reported that they slapped a 30 million euro price tag on his deal. So which means it could probably go in as low as 20 mil, 25 mil euros, and he might be option.
You're right, because this January window, look at the deals that you can do very quickly. Alvaro Fernandez, do it. Because it's something that could be done very quickly. You get him in, okay, you go look for Gutierrez, you go to Girona and say, listen, okay, if you want 30 million, fine. We'll give you 20 upfront, and then the 10s will be in add-ons. You say yes, you do the deal. You got two left, defenders. Sell Dalot. I want to ask you this before you leave. Let me ask you this. What do you think Dalot is an improvement on Rafael da Silva? Absolutely not. Think about that for a second. Do you think Dalot is an improvement on Rafael da Silva?
Brother,
absolutely. Think about that.
First and foremost, right? Bro, first and foremost, you see, the Silva twins is a different breed, bro.
That's what I'm saying.
The era, listen, I so real, bro. It have very few young players now in world football that are actually put in that same level. Talent, ability, work rate, and they had the determination to go with it. The bite. It's rare, bro. It's rare now. We used to have tens of players like this. Now we have few, very few. And okay, Dalot might be a good player. He might have some fire about him. He have talent and ability. Yes, he does, but he don't have the consistent diligence, the determination that these brothers have. Lots of players don't have it. And it's shocking, bro. It's shocking. For me, I am from a small island. So when I look at it, I know young brothers who have the determination but will never have the opportunity.
Yeah.
You understand? And these guys, they born into the opportunity, bro. Like you being born into one of the European countries that have a top European league, you're born into the opportunity to play for that league or to get to that league. Whereas a guy who might never have the opportunity might be working 100 times harder than you, but never get there all their lives. And the weirdest thing is that, I mean, I can't say that for every single player. Of course, I'm not blaming every single player for that. But the one thing I would say is that these players need to relearn the way they look at things because, I mean, at the end of the day, sports is to win. It's not to look good. It's to win.
No, I mean, we don't have time for that because, I mean, people talk. I mean, Mark, when you think about it, in the last couple of years, tell me any defenders that we brought in that were better than Rio Ferdinand and Nemanja Vidic. Just tell me one. All the defenders we brought after Vidic and Ferdinand, or even the midfielders we brought after Carrick and Scholes and Keane. Tell me any players that we bought that are better than the squad we used to have.
I can't lie to you, bro. You know, even if my name is Fabrication Romano and the Reckless Thoughts, this one, it had no fabrication there, bro. Like, I don't even think that, so I wouldn't say something that I don't think or I don't believe. To be fair, I might think some things and say it, but I definitely don't think that. I think you're spot on there. We haven't really done that, but like, bro, I've been saying it many times. Marcus Rashford has been the starting left winger for almost 7 seasons consistently. And in those 7 seasons, we've never signed a left winger. That should speak for itself.
That club needs it needs a shake-up. I'm serious. These players have been here for a long time. Victor Lindelof is still here.
And
And
Shaw here longer than Lindelof. Just remember.
And within that time, we've sold Chris Smalling, Daley Blind, Johnny Evans. Johnny Evans in his prime. Let me ask you a simple question. Which of our defenders can we compare to Johnny Evans in his prime? I mean, let's just be honest. Look at our defenders that we have right now. Can any of them be compared to Johnny Evans in his prime?
Bro,
And Johnny
the
Evans
best thing that
even...
was coming out defensively out the academy recently was Willie Kwambala. And our brother come in and crash it on Willie. And I'm like, what? I listening to the Reckless Thoughts and a man telling me about Willie Kwambala is not good enough. And I'm like,
oh man, I don't know why
this guy, I don't know where you know, good vibes John come with that, but that man didn't rate Willie Kwambala, brother.
I like Willie Kwambala because people are like, oh, he tripped and fell down. Yeah, but he's a young defender. But
Bro,
I like
trip
Willie.
and fall, that shit happens to anybody, bro. I see Van Nistelrooy do that. I see Ferdinand do that. I see Roy Keane do that. I see Rooney do that.
I saw Vidic being bullied when he first came to Manchester United. We also saw David De Gea, how he used to have nutmegs and stuff. We all saw David De Gea.
Bro, I see the mid slippers as well, bro. But I would say this, bro. Willie Kwambala, nah, bro, don't mess with that youth, bro. That youth go be a big defender in the next 18 months. Trust what I telling man them. That brother,
I don't know why they sold him. I really don't know why they sold him.
Nah, the brother he said he wanted game time. He was at a point in his career where he felt the best thing for him is that he wanted to play more games. And since moving to Spain and playing for the Yellow Submarine, bro, he has been very good.
Does he have a buyback? Do they have a buyback?
Yeah, we have a buyback on him, bro. This new structure does not play. Does not play.
All right, they should bring him back. Do you think we should bring back Angel Gomez?
No.
Okay, good.
No, we have a buyback clause on Willie Kwambala, bro. We have a buyback clause on, bro. He has played. They have played in all competitions. They played 19 games, I believe, and he's played like 9 or 10, bro. He played 9 or 10 games. That's plenty games, bro. Yeah, he did get a red card, but that red card was weird. He didn't really deserve it, though.
But the one player I wish they would bring back is Mason Greenwood, and I've always said it. All the money they spent on Hoyland, all these people, none of them is better than the guy with the wonder of a left foot, Mason Greenwood.
Wonder
They
what
should have brought
left.
him
The
back.
man right foot better than plenty of these men on left foot.
Oh my God.
The man
Yeah,
right foot better than everything we have in attack right now.
oh my goodness.
The man right foot alone, and that is not his best foot. His right foot is better than everyone we have in attack right now. Scored more goals this season than everyone in attack we have right now. And if you add his left foot to that, well, he have more assists on his left foot than everybody in our attack has this season.
So they sold him, and then they spent 60, 70 million on Hoyland. Are you serious?
Bruh.
I mean,
He played 7 Copa del Rey games, bro, and 2 league games. I didn't specify which games he played, but he did play about 8 or 9 games, bro. So the great.
I used to watch him when he was in Getafe. He was your best player,
brother.
He was the best player.
The man, yeah, great one. I didn't specify which games, but I'm definitely sure he played 9 games.
I'm on SofaScore right now. He played his first game against Sevilla in La Liga, didn't play again. Copa del Rey played. Then he played another Copa del Rey, and then he played the league. He has played 4 games, Mark N. 4. I'm on SofaScore right now.
Yeah, but that don't mean he's bad, bro.
No, he's played 2 league games. The 1 league game, he got a red card.
Yeah, but I think he was injured. He was injured after that first game he played.
He's always on the bench. I'm on SofaScore right now. He's always on the bench.
Yeah.
Always.
Well, he's developing, bro. I will never sell him, bro. I think you the
fabrication Romano. You said 9 games.
Brother, I thought it's 9 games he played, bro. I just check it on Transfermarkt here now, but maybe I was including some other games, some other things.
You like, right? You like.
No. Come, great one. Don't sabotage me here tonight, bro. Don't sabotage me here tonight. I already had to take a hot chip next week. CKG almost died tonight taking this hot chip. Bro, listen, man. I hear man them on all what they say about my brethren, about MG11. Bro. But here what I saying, right? If he was here now, we at least would have had 20 more goals, bro, this season in this team. We would have scored 40 goals already this season for sure, guaranteed. We would have not been in 13th or 14th place at no point in time. I guarantee, man, them. The chances that we had that some of these attackers got criminal to miss. But anyway, guys.
Before you go, your last caller was saying that we don't have the balls anymore. We are always smiling. It's like it's true. It's from the top down. I mean, look at Mason Greenwood, the way they handle the whole case.
Bro,
this
they
guy
move like some cowards, bro.
They were cowards.
I hear it and everything, but bro, we supported some other players that had some sketchy situations.
Oh yes, Eric Cantona. Oh my goodness.
Did
you say Eric Cantona? Oh
Lord. Forget Cantona, bro. But what I would say is this: the one thing I would say is that we've supported players who had sketchy moments.
Yep.
Right? And we have always been proven right.
Yeah.
Where it counts on the football pitch. Now, I understand, bro. I have sisters. You know what I mean? And I'm raised by a bunch of women, bro. So trust, I know the kind of allegations. My mom's and them was definitely following this case when they realized I was supporting Mason Greenwood and why. They all went and researched to get to know why, and they all gave me their opinion. And I said to them the same thing I would say. What if it was me? They all couldn't answer directly what they was going to do. What would be their response? You know what I mean? So, no, being honest, bro. And this is the one thing I feel like everybody forget that. I mean, if it was your son, your brother, your nephew, your cousin, you know what I mean? It would be a different situation. And when you look at the facts or you have more input or information to exactly the whole happenings of everything, it might be a whole different situation on how you're going to react. And realistically, I just don't believe in cancel culture, bro. I believe everybody deserves second chances.
Is he worse than Ryan Giggs, who slept with his brother's wife and made it have an abortion? I mean, come on, man. We're just being hypocrites. Is he worse than him? But they love Ryan Giggs. Yeah.
I would even say Ryan Giggs. I just want all the man them that believe these brothers is legends of the Premier League, like John Terry. You know, we have a legend who win us a Premier League, brother. And it's just so funny that we just always relate one of Mason Greenwood's best goals to this guy because it was almost identical from the different side of the pitch. That Van Persie scored one. Similar form, everything. Man, them don't know about this guy, bro. So I don't even want to tell them. You don't say it to them, Ricka, man, because let them go on Google and understand. Go on Google some of the players at Man United, some of the biggest players at Man United. Georgie Best. Legendary Georgie Best. He was a, you know what I mean, a womanizer. Let me be real. I'm not trying to disrespect the brother. He's a legendary footballer. One of the greatest ever touch of football in England in history. But the guy was not he was not squeaky clean. And
even your own head coach, Trinidad and Tobago, he was not squeaky clean.
Exactly. But he's a legend. He win a treble. These things happen. I don't expect these guys to be saints and angels, bro. But I do expect them to be footballers above all. And, you know, if as long as they're not proven, they're not incriminated, put behind bars, committing crimes, gangbangers, you know, repeat offenders, you know what I mean? And these kind of things, I feel like we could give these guys a second chance. Big up to Niall Kane. Hope you had a big Christmas as well, my bro. Patrick
all right,
Truman
man.
Settings from Trinidad. Yeah, man.
All right.
Guys, thank you for everyone joining tonight. Big up to the great one. Big up to you, Rick Amanka, as well.
Big up.
Thank you for everyone coming through. Big up to Stephanie Griffith, GM42, Dark Crow. Big up to you, bro. Big up to Muaz Ahmad. Big up to Samuel Mark Ingram. Big up to Elite Baller and Ricardo Pereira. All you guys for tuning in tonight. Guys, I hope you have a wonderful evening. You know, it's definitely coming to the end of the year, so I'm going to try to do a 4-hour stream maybe on the last day of the year. Hopefully, I will have everything set up, but we will be back tomorrow morning with some more transfer updates because I believe United is going to get the business done very early. I've been saying it since this morning. I hope that they get all their players signed in the first 2 weeks of the window, so maybe the last 2 weeks, it's whatever bonus material out or in, and we're already all aligned for what's going on to come. Have patience. There's lots to be done. Of course, Amarim has only been here for a month, guys, so we shouldn't be stressing too much. I know it's not great. Some of the players might not fit. They might not be ready. They might not be the material. But they've what we got right now, and until we get better, it is what it is. We move. What do you say, great one?
Nothing much. Big up everyone. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.
Peace out, everyone. Big up to all of you guys. Have a great one.
Baby.